This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes, daily live streaming interactive, featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Investment Perspectives. I'm Bradley Kimes. This is a quick look at the close of the market today for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which took an absolute beating of over 2,000 points. What a mess it has been the last couple weeks, and today started off no better, in fact, even worse. After a couple of weeks of a down market here, we fell 7% and hit the first circuit breaker that halted trading on the stock market today at 7% and had a 15-minute trading halt to deal with the immediate loss, because that 7% loss happened from the opening bell within 3 to 4 minutes of trading. That's how bad things were, in no small part because oil prices and oil futures were down as well. There's a whole side of that's playing into this, as well as the current events that are happening around the world. Also, one can't help but think and talk about the fact that we know that things in the economy, the stock market, traditional derivatives, stocks are hugely overbought. We normally have a correction that is caused in large part by the Fed and the cycle that the Fed is on every 10 years or so, and we are well overdue for the next one. Could this possibly be the moment of that happening? I know Cryptopolis and I have talked about on this channel quite a bit extensively about how we believe that the recession is already here, and it started in the banking sector in the repo market. Currently, right now, we are seeing these huge drops in the stock market on the Dow Jones, and believe that basically that is happening from a shortage of liquidity in the corporate sector. The next logical step that we would start to feel this is for it to drift into the consumer and their pocket and meet them on their doorstep. Things are getting worse. All right, let's keep it going. And to build on that notion, let's look at a couple of these clips that came out today. This is a reply to Baba Cugs and retweeting XRP haters ATM. And let's see what this is here. This is a clip from Steve Mnuchin talking. Let's take a listen.
The President is 100% committed that we will provide whatever tools we need, that the economy will be in very good shape a year from now. This is not like the financial crisis where we don't know the end in sight. This is about providing proper tools and liquidity to get through the next few months.
There we go. The proper tools and liquidity to get through the next few months. Well, that's quite an interesting statement, because in the repo market, liquidity's been the issue. The current situation in the Dow Jones and the stock market is a shortage of liquidity. So where's it going to come from? This is an ongoing conversation. Will they turn to a digital asset like XRP? Will they just make changes in policy to help try to pull liquidity from areas they currently don't have access to? This is getting very, very interesting. Listen to this follow-up clip here that is Donald Trump talking about what has happened, and listen to what he has to say in this 54-second soundbite about dramatic and major steps being announced tomorrow as far as the economy is concerned.
Having a news conference tomorrow to talk about various things that we're doing economically. They'll be very major. Including, obviously, the payroll tax cut. And so we'll be meeting again tomorrow afternoon. We'll be coming back from the Senate. We have a lot of very important meetings set up. And we'll have a press conference sometime after that. And we'll explain what we're doing on an economic standpoint and from an economic standpoint. But they will be very very dramatic, and we have a great economy. We have a very strong economy, but this blindsided the world, and I think we've handled it very, very well. I think they've done a great job. The people behind me have done a great job. So I will be here tomorrow afternoon to let you know about some of the economic steps we're taking, which will be major. Thank you very much.
Dramatic and major steps announced tomorrow as far as the economy are concerned. Now listen, does this have something to do with XRP? I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that XRP has been designed to fit this role. Now, the first knee-jerk reaction for everyone is to say to themselves, Brad, now, XRP may have been designed for that role, but it doesn't have the liquidity to serve that role at this time. Well, I offer you two very important words: government intervention. Yup. We obviously are seeing the government get involved and realize that they have to do something. I've done extensive episodes too where we talked about FSOC. FSOC right here. The language is written right here within FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which is one of the regulatory bodies attached to the U.S.Treasury Department. Secretary Steve Mnuchin is the head of FSOC. FSOC can designate financial services firms as systemically important to the financial system, forcing designated firms to adhere to extensive and costly additional regulations. FSOC's process for reviewing non-bank financial companies for potential. Council designated a financial market utility as systemically important or markets thereby threatened by stability of the U.S. financial system. Are you seeing this? Designations. Listen to this now. This is really, really important, right? This is the main point of the count. One of the council's statutory purposes is to identify risk of financial stability that could arise from the material financial distress or failure of ongoing activities of non-bank financial companies. You know what Ripple would fall under that, right? A non-bank financial company, a blockchain infrastructure company, or possibly even RippleNet, isn't it? This is getting more interesting by the day, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you this. Very, very interesting stuff here. Okay. The Dodd-Frank Act also authorizes the council to designate a financial market utility. A financial market utility. What would XRP fall under? Possibly a financial market utility? As systemically important, if the council determines that the failure of or a disruption to the functioning of a financial market utility could create or increase the risk of significant liquidity or credit problems spreading among financial institutions or markets and thereby threaten the stability of U.S. financial system. That the financial market utility could create or increase the risk of significant liquidity. Well, XRP can create significant liquidity, right? Designated financial market utilities will become subject to the heightened prudential and supervisory provisions of Title VIII, which promote robust risk management and safety and soundness, including conducting their operations in compliance with applicable risk management standards, providing advance notice and reviews of the changes to their rules, procedures, and operations that could materially affect the nature or the level of their risks, and being subject to relevant examination and enforcement provisions. There you have it. I tell you, this is getting more interesting by the day, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. Because one thing I know for sure is that number that you're looking at right there, 2,013.76 points, more than 7-point decline, almost 8% decline, is absolutely unsustainable. So maybe, just maybe, 2020 is the year of the digital asset. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. And make sure you please retweet this and share it on your Twitter or your Facebook or whatever platform you're on. Let's keep this conversation going, and let's get this audience even bigger so we can get the best from one another. I'll catch you on the next one.